Hi, today we are talking about dividing exponents. So when we multiply exponents, when the bases are the same, we add the powers. Yesterday we talked about zero and negative exponents, and then today is dividing. All right, so when in doubt, write it out. So what I'm going to do, pardon me real quick. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to write these two out. And you have that in your main ideas section. So I'm going to do x to the fourth over x to the third. Okay, so cross out the x's because an x over an x makes a 1. So those are gone. Those are gone. Those are gone. And what are you left with?
1.
Just an x. All right, now let's talk about the bottom one. X squared over x to the fourth. If there's more x's at the bottom, and you look at this and you're like, oh, look, there's more at the bottom, your answer is going to have more at the bottom as well. So when I cross out, gone, gone, still at the bottom I have x squared. What do I have on top? It's not a 0. 1. So what we're going to do today is we're going to expand and cross out and simplify. Today's lesson should be easier than yesterday's. Here is the rule. The rule is you subtract a minus b. So if I had like x to the fourth over x, I would subtract 4 minus 1. So you don't have to expand it out and write x, 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 x. You can just subtract if you want. There's 2 alternatives and options for you. All right, number 1. Okay, simplify. I'm going to show you both methods. First method is where I expand it out. 3 times 3 over 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. Now let's cross out. Gone, gone. So what's left? But they're at the bottom. What's on top?
1.
Perfect. So that's the expanded way. Yep, that's the answer. 1 over 3 to the third. If you want to put 1 over 27, that's fine. The other option you have is to subtract 3 to the 2 take away 5. What is 2 take away 5?
3.
Negative 3. How do I write a negative exponent?
1.
1 over. So you're going to get the same answer. You just have to decide which way you like best. All right, let's do B. So write it out. 2xx over 4x. Okay, I can simplify the 2 over 4, so I am going to do that. 2 over 4. 1 over 2. Cross out any x's that you can. Well, I can only cross out 1. Okay. What's left on top? A 1 and an x. What's left on bottom?
2.
I don't need to put the 1 there. I could just put x over 2. That's fine. Questions so far? All right, C. I think expanding it is easiest, so I'm going to continue to do that for you. X, X, Y, 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 Y over 18, 4 X's, 2 Y's. Simplify what we can. 9 over 18 becomes what?
1 over 2.
Yeah. Now the X's, let's start crossing those out. Go ahead and do that on your paper. Cross out what X's you can. Cross out what Y's you can. Okay. What's the only thing left on top? 2 Y's. What's the only thing left on the bottom? 2 and then X squared. Sorry, you can't see that. That's your final answer.
Where? What does it say?
Y squared over 2X squared.
Oh.
Could we write 2 Y's instead of Y?
The best form is to put it back to original Y squared. All right, let's go to D. Okay. So, okay. Write them all out. You can subtract if you want. Maybe I'll do both ways. 2, 6 X's, 3 Y's, X to the third. Okay, what about this Y to the negative 2? What happens to a negative exponent?
Goes to the top.
Goes to the top. So you need to put the Y squared on top. So add it to the top now. Cross out what you can. X, X. That's it. That's all I can do. Okay. 2. How many X's do I have there?
3, 4. Okay. Oh, yeah.
X, there are 4. I did a bad job with my red line. How many Y's are on top?
5.
Or wait.
3.
1,
Quite a few.
2, 3. Aha. How many Y's are there? Good. If I wanted to do the subtraction way, it would look like this. The 2 would stay. I would do X to the, now you subtract 6 minus 3. And on the Y's, you do 3 minus negative 2. Be careful with that. Becomes 2x to the third, y to the fifth. Let's E. Okay, now everything goes to the third power. So, on the denominator, everything goes to the second power. So first we have to write it out, getting rid of the parentheses. 2 to the third, x to the third, y to the third. Everything is to the third power. On the bottom, everything goes to the second. 2 to the second. Oops. Now, x squared times 2. 2 times 2. So x to the 4th. Y, 3 times 2. Now you can do a couple of things. Notice how there's more x's on the bottom and there's more y's on the bottom. So in your final answer, you're going to have x's and y's in the bottom because there's more there. Do you want me to do expanded form or do you want me to do the subtracting?
That's subtracting.
Subtracting, okay. If you want to do expanded, do it on your own right now on your paper. Here we go. 2 to the 3 take away 2. X to the 3 take away 4. Y to the 3 take away 6. Subtracting the exponents. Two to the negative 1, x to the negative 1, y to the negative 3. Yeah. Oh, the 2 be just a 1. So 2 to the normal 1. My mistake. What moves down? X comes down, y comes down. 2 stays on top. You don't even need to write a 1 next to the x if you don't want to. Okay? Do you have an F on your paper?
Yes.
Okay, good. Everything on the numerator goes to the third power. On the denominator, nothing happens. Okay. M to the third. N. Negative 2 times 3. What's negative 2 times 3? Denominator. Just 6. M to the 4th will stay. But that n to the negative 3, how do I move that? N to the negative 3, where does that go? Up. So put it there now. And now it becomes a positive 3 because I moved it to the top. It's no longer negative. So now what we have to worry about is that n to the negative 6. Where does that go? Down, right? Here's where you have an option. Since they're both n's on top, I could add them. Negative 6 plus 3. So let's use what we learned on Monday. M to the third, n to the negative 6 plus 3 over 6m to the 4th. Well, what's negative 6 plus 3?
Negative 3.
So it's going to be n to the negative 3 over m to the 4th, 6m to the 4th. This is kind of the slow way. But if you don't want to write it out, n, you could do this way. Now my n to the negative 3, that's a negative exponent. It goes down. M to the 3rd over 6m to the 4th, n to the 3rd, because the n to the 3rd just dropped down, right? What questions do you have? Because I feel like I'm doing a lot of steps and no one's asking questions. Okay. The m's need to be canceled. There's 3 on top. Four on bottom. 3 n's on bottom. I want to let you know that if you would have decided to just expand this right away, this would have been a lot quicker. I'm doing the slow way because I have to show every step. M's cancel. M's cancel. M's cancel. 1 is on top. 6 is on bottom. There is 1 M and 3 N's. There's your final answer. Okay, I want to do some classwork with you. Turn the page. Okay. So, you could do 2 minus 4, or you could just expand it out and write and cancel. I think this way is easier. Expanding it is easier. Do you think that expanding is easier or subtracting? Okay. Cross out 6. Cross out 6. What's my answer to number 1?
6 squared, 1 over 6.
6 squared, or you could put 36. Number 2. Put 4 2's on the bottom. Cancel out what you can. One over 2 to the third. 1 over 8. Okay. These ones. I think expanding it out is the best method. Number 3. Okay, x over x. One on bottom cancels, one on top cancels. And you can just write your answer now that you have 2 x to the 5th over 3. On number 4, right away, I noticed that 3 over 3 are the same numbers and they can cancel. So do that right now. Cross out the 3 on top, 3 on bottom. R on top, r squared times 4, r squared. Cancel out what you can. On top, I have a 1. On bottom, I have 4. How many r's? R to the third. Good. Okay, let's stop there. Keep going with your classwork.